see my screen?
Yeah, it's
Hello.
loading.
Oh,
Yeah,
Okay.
okay. Well, we yeah, okay, right there. So okay, so before we got disconnected, I was basically saying, of course, due to the domain which I work in. So basically, what we do is the structured data, and of course, uh, depending on the couple of the project that's been asked of us to do or that we're doing. Sometimes we also deal with unstructured, but it's always very rare. So when I'm in unstructured now, not really like unstructured, yeah, but what I'm basically saying is that we have to data that are not really in tabular format, but most of the time, even if the data is not structured, we find a way to clean it and put it in the structured format. So what I use Python to do, basically that's first thing, data cleaning. I hope you know. Maybe because Python is open source, there are a lot of libraries, a lot of modules that people just just embed into this guy, and before you know it, you just realize that, oh, you want to do this thing, and probably this particular library is not really giving what you want, and before you know, just go online there and check those uh communities and likes. You just see that someone probably some weeks ago has added another library that can do that same stuff. You be like, oh really? And you try it over and you say, this is nice. And of course, for those that are in the Gen AI space, LLM space and likes, there's what called duplication. So if it's still like in the traditional modeling aspect, you're still learning it's good. I call it a trajectory. I mean, at the end of this presentation, I'll just like even give you a guideline for those that are still kind of coming up and learning, because yes, even it's faster. It's a fast-paced field. A whole lot of things are being added every day, but yet don't be overwhelmed. Like this is a solid advice for someone out there. Don't be overwhelmed. Like know what you're supposed to know. Have a structured learning. It's very very important. Have a well structured learning. Don't like someone just could be they're saying this is out there. It's good. Be informed. Get to know it. Like get to know what it's talking about. But there's this thing that if you're in the tech space, you're learning this and you're not done. It's like that one is out again. Stop it. Pick that one up again. It will not help you for real. Have a proper understanding of each aspect. So it things are always coming out there. Things you always have a lot to learn. But just that's why you have to define your field. Data is wide. Data field is wide. So define your own units. We call it units. Yeah. In my department, we have the data science unit. We have the BI unit. We have the data engineering unit. We have the data governance. Yes. We have the data governance. We have the lawyers that works with us for real. So it's a lot. And now it's expanding. We're now looking to have the ML ops units. A lot. It's expanding. So this detecting, there are a lot of libraries. I know we are used to pandas. Even the guy, the data engineer guys, of course, they are well used to pandas. Of course, they still have their PySpark that they use. They have their car. They write a lot of Spark, write this one, write that one, depending on the size of the data. Of course, if the data is not that really large, their SQL will do their job and their stock procedure to run the ETL. Fine. But when we're talking of, for example, I told you, like for me, I work in a bank. We generate millions of data. You know what that means? That even that most time we have to work on server. Of course, or you want to even provision GPU. Sometimes you have to go on Azure. And how many of work? How many of us has worked on Azure ML Studio? Yeah, probably we've even layer and just try one or two things, or any cloud platform, AWS, GCP. Anyone? Do you have anybody? Okay, if we don't like it's really help. Just as I've told you, see, don't. I mean, I'll just tell you this for free. I'm not paying this for it, of course. Why we have, I know you guys watch the YouTube, of course, it's good. But why you see those guys just, be out there trying to? kind of, this is all this, you see noise, I call it noise. Don't be overwhelmed. Calm down. Take it step by, have a structured learning. Don't be overwhelmed though. See, it might take you, it will even take you time. Learn it like structurally. You realize that what you've learned, what you've gained, by the time you start applying those things to solve problem, you will be very proud of yourself. I think I didn't rush this, but it's good. Follow them, follow them, but don't be jumping here and there. So data cleaning, it might be your own might be that you are very good at data cleaning. It's this is the, oh my god, this aspect, this is the core, this is the most important aspect in our workflow, in our pipeline. This is the most important aspect. I'll say it again. Like, forget that thousands of models in your head. You can build them from SQL assembly learning, import clinical learning, import random forest classifier, import this one. You can fine tune, you can do a parameter tuning, you can fine tune and do all those kinds of things. They are good, but if you don't know this aspect, this one, see, initially when I started doing my hands on projects, I didn't really like this part, probably because I don't know. I don't like things that really just stress me a lot. I'll be like, but yet I like taking up challenges. But I mean, have you actually come across data? I mean, dirty data that you yourself know as this one? No, this is bricklayer work. With data that, I mean, Solomon can relate. Data that you will get there, by the time they give it to you, be like, wow, where will I start from? I mean, yeah, I've seen some be like, where will I start from now? I mean, the column are not they are not columning. The rows are not rolling. That this was you have to start this aspect. We teach you. I mean, patient actually one, and we teach you how to think for real. You have to really think. So how do I solve this? How do I clean this data? Like, this is really, really messed up. How do I clean this data? How do I put it in a structure format? Because why you rush it to your modeling part and your EDA? By the time in fact, there's some data that by the time you plot your EDA, you plot one of, probably you do your ist plot, or probably you want to check your categorical variables, and you do your bar plot. I hope you also know the right. This is not a learning section actually, but I'm making it more of a learning. I hope you also know the right. Oh, for those that are visualization, I mean, those are the top guys, the visualization guys. I mean, top guys, because they connect to the stakeholders mostly, so they are top guys. But I hope you know the right chart to use for the right column, to use for the right question as well. You really have to know that one is very, very, very important. I would have loved to just share some of my project, but time will not really. Like, you just learn some of those things. You have to learn them. By the time
Yeah,
your
I
boss
think
give you
you
call,
should share with us. Obviously, it's a practical one, so let's know how or what you
oh
have
really?
done, an example
Okay.
of what you've done as
Oh,
a
I
data
didn't.
scientist
Okay,
in
I
your
didn't know that
organization.
was allowed. Oh, really? I didn't know that was allowed. So I have to go to my repo because I didn't. Okay, 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 okay. Blah, 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 blah. I'm thinking of my age. Which one should I? I want to pick for each of these subsection. For data cleaning, I have a repo that's really, really messed up because, okay, so let me just, I'll take an example. Okay, let me just, so for an example, so they say that this project that myself and, I told you myself and some other, more of like just internship back then, sure. So there was this Indian girl that was lady actually that was with us, and so I learned that she was very good at data cleaning. Oh, like very, very good. See, it's a part that people don't really want to. By the time you see the data, you're like, what is this? People don't really want to like. So we are like a group of people, and we have to like do. Let's separate ourselves into tasks. Okay, you do the data cleaning. I'll do the feature engineering. I'll do this. I'll do that. I'll do. But people are really faffing when it comes to data cleaning. Nobody really wanted to. So this lady took it up, and wow, I was wild. I was like, wow, really? So because it will make you think. You have to like think on how will I like what will I do with this, especially when you have a lot of missing data. Yeah, now it's a possession. We are going to probably go a little bit more practical, especially when you have a lot of missing data. Yes, for those that are just in another thing you need to learn again, like how do I treat that one is very important. There's a language we use at my workplace, we call it beans. When you're doing the wrong thing, it's called you're cooking beans. Because if you use the wrong method to fill in your missing data, it will see data. I'm always very, very personal when it comes to how quality your data is, how clean your data is. It is very important because it is what you are feeding the model that the model is going to bring out. That is it. I used to use a scenario of a child, a young child that is still growing. If you fill that child with unhealthy food, the child is going to develop kwashiorkor. That's just it. But if you fill the child with healthy food, I mean vitamins and minerals out there, by the time the boy will grow, even you'll be proud. The same thing happen to what we do. If you feed your model